Welcome to Feminized. It's time for a show that turns the spotlight on the powerful women shaping cannabis culture. The cannabis industry is on fire and women are sparking it up. If you like the show, please subscribe. You can also subscribe to the Feminized podcast with Liz Grow on YouTube and Instagram. The future is feminized. I'm so excited to welcome CEO of KushKards, Lauren Miele, to the Feminized podcast. New Yorker turned Mile High Mama, Lauren will inspire you to find your purpose and maybe buy your bestie a dope birthday card while you're at it. Hey, sis. You're now listening to the Feminized podcast. But I just want to tell you, you gorgeous girl, I have been so grateful to you for so long for sending me a KushKards hack. You did this. You sent this to me last year. And
no, I sent it to you because I felt so bad about the party. I mean, I wanted to send it to you too.
I know. Oh, that's right. Okay.
I missed you in Texas, but we were on the elephant book. You know what it was? We were both on the way out. We were on the way out. So.
I am like such a fan and believer of universal time. And when I have like love for something, I know it's going to come my way and in the most amazing places. And maybe that just wasn't our time, but I've been hanging on to these cards and this beautiful bag. Oh my God. I love it so much. Because it means so much to me and I want to do something great with it, which in my opinion, the best thing I can do for cannabis and this plant is talk about it and talk about and promote the people who are promoting this plant. So this is just universal timing coming, Definitely. Full circle. I want to talk about it.
Like we had just like a different product. I feel like I feel like there's so much going on in the industry, which is great. So many women doing so many things. But when you think of an ancillary product and all the things that come behind it, let me tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, but it's great to kind of have a voice through something that then speaks its own voice. Like if I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like this Hanukkah card, a little roll with it. You know what I mean? Someone's going to write a super special message and it's going to go to someone else and then it's going to go to someone else. And it's just like the word of mouth has been amazing. And I love to be here for the plant. I'm here for it.
Yes, God, I can tell. So let's just start from the beginning. Okay. I got the time. I took the time.
Yeah.
Tell me, Lauren, where did you grow up?
Mm-hmm. So I grew up in Westchester County, New York. So Ossining to be specific, but it was 45 minutes from New York City. So I am a full New Yorker. Yes. I went to FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology, right in New York City. So New York City has been my campus. It's been what I come from. It's what I breathe. It's honestly, it's where KushKards started. It really, really is.
Yes, God, I love that connection. So how are you feeling now with all of the, just explosion of, business and, policy reform happening in New York right now?
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. So I actually left New York in 2016, where I currently live in Denver right now. So I'm in Denver. I moved for KushKards because 2015, there was not too much going on in cannabis besides, some great women-owned groups like Women Grow and High and Y and some other ones. So that's when I was like, okay, it's time to move. But what I think now is I think it's finally time. And I'm excited, to be honest. I'm a little sitting back and watching to see how the industry develops and goes through its changes and licenses and all that. But I'm just a pro supporter and I'm glad that, we took one great step. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It just feels like with all of my New Yorker friends, it's like once a New Yorker, always a New Yorker, especially those who are like really born and raised there like you. I have a friend from Westchester as well. And it's just like, wow. I mean, that space in America is so amazing and energetic and influential. And so,
oh my God. Yeah. I definitely cherish everything I have. Like I said, it just is what KushKards is the foundation of. So it's kind of why it's so creative and it relates to so many different people. And because I've kind of been in that position. So
Yes. I love that. God. So it's like New York to Colorado. What brought you to Colorado?
KushKards.
KushKard. So
Girl,
you
I would
went.
have never left. I was the New Yorker who thought I would always live in New York City. Like I was like, oh, there's no life outside of New York City. So when I started KushKards in 2015, I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, I got something here. You know, nobody was doing it. I was I'm like, I have full lane right now, opportunity to go for it. So I was just fresh out of college when I thought of it. So I was still in that like first 3-year job, which was great because I was learning everything that I needed to know to start KushKards, while basically started during those 3 years. So, I mean, moving to Denver has been quite a difference, I would have to say.
A little culture shock, maybe?
A little culture shock, you know, a lot of culture shock. But I'm still here, obviously. So that was it was 2016 is when I moved. And you know what? Denver did it right. They were the first. Legalized. It's cool out here, and a great place to run a business. And like I said, I came out here for KushKards. So Denver was the easiest place for me to like make it all work and build the foundation of the brand. And weed is legal. So girl.
Hey, God, I respect that so much. Oh, I respect that so much. You know, you have to be where you can see, you know, the fullest expression of your potential and your dream.
No distraction. Like in New York, I was getting way caught up because like there's so much going on. And like I love that. It fuels me. It pushes me, but sometimes it's like, you know, I feel here, I'm focused. I feel like, you know, I'm fine. I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be. So I'm just going to keep going until something tells me different.
Yes. Okay. So having said that made me think of this conversation that I had with Lulu Sway a couple weeks ago. She's from New York. She is from Brooklyn. And she said, everybody in New York in cannabis has something else going on. You know, like, and
always.
And that's what makes it so interesting. Like when you go to a cannabis party in New York, you're like, oh my God, I just can't wait to see these people. It's not about like going to a cannabis party. And what they do in their other lives, you know, but that's just to your point. Like you had to leave that to focus in on, you know, your dream and your KushKards. So girl, how's it going? I mean, I'm seeing these everywhere.
Honestly, it's like, I feel like it's honestly like, ask me if you think I'd be here when I thought of the idea in 2013. The me then would definitely not think of, you know, what's happening around me. I mean, grown our team from just me making cards for years, like maybe too many years, but you know what? We learned. Okay. I went to a design school only. Okay. I learned how to make the products, everything. So I just kind of learned as I went and, you know, really have leaned on many mentors and many people around me, many people in the industry. Women Grow is definitely my testimony as growing in New York City, because that was really the only thing around, you know. Came to Colorado, I got my first sale just on like a girls trip, came back and I found Women Grow. And then since they had monthly meetings, I used to send cards out to all the different meetings, and then it started to grow and grow and grow. So I am Women Grow. Wow, that's so funny.
It's incredible.
So
beautiful.
Okay, so from then to now, like we've grown a team to 4 employees, warehouse in Colorado, a recent master distribution deal with Drip Drop, which is our new master who is helping us to grow our brand nationally. So it's super exciting to have a whole team behind me. A lot of people now behind me who believe not only in KushKards, but believe in me. And I feel like as I've growing over the years, a lot of people are believing in the cards, of course, but they're seeing me innovate on social media or just keep up with it. Because as you know, tiring.
Girl.
This is entrepreneur cute right here. Okay. This is like I throw my hair up and ready to go. You know what I mean? So
for me, it's lashes. If you know, I have my lashes, there is nothing I can't do. Okay. Because
but I'm still embracing them like they were there.
It's all good, and that's really one of the reasons I wanted to do this project, just Feminized podcast, is so that I could open up these conversations that I have with women that I work with and that I'm inspired by, because in this industry there's just so many amazing people that you can pick and choose, who you want to
you really
roll
can.
with. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you don't make good judgment calls.
Have stories, but it's how you grow and it's how you write. It's how you grow and it's how you learn, and it's just a part of the challenge of growing in an industry that's so male dominated, so categorized, because different states have different rules, so it's already separating in a way. So hopefully one day can just all bring us together.
Yes. So for someone like you, for someone who started an international cannabis brand, okay, because you can send Kushkards anywhere. They are not plant touching, right? So that's a beautiful way of being in the industry. What advice do you have for other women out there who feel so strongly about the plant that they want to help to destigmatize, in a really unique way? Like, what advice do you have for them?
So I would say to find your angle. I know people say find your niche all the time, but really, I think there's a lot of things we all share in common with the plant, but I think also there's a lot of things that are very different that it does for everyone on a spiritual level, creative level. And I say, if women dive into that category, you have no idea how many other opportunities can come from that, whether it's building a product off of that category of wellness, starting classes or communities, or starting events based on this certain interest, whether it's creativity in cannabis and people are puffing and painting, you know what I mean? It's find that angle and find your why with that angle. And I feel like you'll be able to find your way a little bit. I've seen a lot of brands come in and come out, come back again. And it's super important to just stay true to your values, so that you stay strong. You know what I mean? People get to know you off the bat. Always tell people come out strong. Took me a year and a half before I launched KushKards, so excited and everything, but I knew I needed to be ready. So
absolutely. First impressions, you cannot replace first impressions. But I think maybe I would love to dig a little bit deeper, because it's maybe hard to find that niche, I guess, how would you say that a person could find that niche if they love it, they love a little bit of here, they love a little bit there, they're good at a lot of things, they've got a lot of dreams, it's sometimes I find such ambitious women can just be stopped at all of the opportunity that lies ahead of them. They're like, this is too much, so how do you find that?
Well, I think a realistic or a very straightforward answer is to be realistic as well. So find what works, find what's going to fuel you to make it feel like it's not work, whether that's yoga, and you love to do yoga, you wanted to be a yoga teacher, you see the practice, you see the crossover, we know it's profitable, there's already a business model. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and I say with that interest, then you reach out to your local community and you start there, because it's so important to get your feet on where you are first, because most of great people around you are your biggest supporters, right? So then you can kind of have a little trial and error with not going too crazy, because even when someone's asking me about product advice, I'm always like, do a DIY sample first, test it out.
Love that.
Don't be afraid to kind of dive into it, but don't dive so into it. I think maybe so many women have all these ideas, they don't even try one. So maybe if I can narrow that down with being realistic, and by also with using passion, how could you take those two and create a business, be a consultant? I have so many ideas for myself outside beyond KushKards one day, which always be with me, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Your baby has to grow up and leave the nest. Right?
Who knows? Like I said, I'm following my journey, and I know if that time comes, then we'll check out the opportunity.
Hell yeah. So what's the big goal, I think, for KushKards? Like, what is your big dream?
Honestly, I would so love to partner with like a huge company,
Hallmark.
like Hallmark, American Greetings. Like I would love to be able to provide cannabis greeting cards that can be seen everywhere, like in
Yes.
department stores, everywhere, you know. And I go to a lot of these shows where I'm already meeting these people. Literally, everybody you've named, I've met them, I've had a conversation. They love the story, but it's just they're not ready. They go back to the people upstairs, guys upstairs, and they just say, you know, no thank you for now. Love it. Like TJ Maxx was like, I love the innovation of the greeting card. And the people walking the floor are young. They're supposed to come back with new things. I know that. I used to do that. So I loved it, and so I know, those people are here, but as I go into 2023, I'm adjusting my brand and line a little bit. So when I do go to those shows and I meet Hallmark again or American Greetings comes in, I'm going to have less one hitter, more just regular card. Just plain cards, hemp cards, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I've listened. You guys aren't ready. Cool. I'm gonna still be the one to pioneer and be like, you deserve weed products, whether it's a card or a lotion or a t-shirt, something.
Yes.
But it's been honestly super challenging to kind of fight through that corporate chain, but they always come back, girl. They always come back. So I can't wait to see Maryland just passed legalized. Shout out
Missouri.
Missouri. Like that's what I'm saying.
It's happening, and it's happening all around them. And what you were there, and you were the one who's consistent. You were the one who consistently, I think, showed the belief in the product. And really, isn't that what it's about? At the end of the day, anything can be anything. Right? It's about the person driving that, the team driving that.
Believing in the person, believing in like the brand. That's why I love showing my face on social media. Yours too. Love, so entertaining. And it's like, because you want people to know, like I just launched gift wrap. Like that was nerve-wracking for me. I kind of want to talk about it on the story because I wrapped this gift. Oh, it's another I wrapped this gift. And it was so like to even think about making that content to wrap the gift a whole different way. Like it was stressful. You think about it,
Yes. And again, it's this is your baby. This is your passion.
I literally changed my appearance. I've got nails to cater to the gram, but you know what? These nails pay off tenfold because it works like with everything. So.
It's about the aesthetic for sure. I mean, my octopus knows it's about the aesthetic.
Oh, I love your background.
Thank you.
I'm like, well, I gotta do my background.
This is my crazy Texas home background. I have a virtual studio as well. That's fucking great. And I can't wait to, you're just gonna have to keep coming back. And we can have a virtual Kushkard in the studio.
I love it.
It's there on the shelf.
I love it. I love it. It's actually in the perfect spot too. So
it's there. It's just so cool and it's just so eye-catching. So for those listening who don't know about KushKards, who are already like, I love this girl, she is amazing, I'm going to buy everything she does, but what products are these products? Can you tell us a little bit about the line?
Okay, cool. So I have some examples to show. So KushKards, let's see. Oh, I'll just do it this way. So KushKards initially started with just a card with slots to enter a pre-roll. So these slots, you can be pulled back, you twist tie in the inside, and it was meant to obviously hold a joint. Now, some of our cards still have the match striker on the bottom.
This one does. This one does. It's so cute.
Yeah, so you can strike a match, and we're kind of alternating and playing with a few different designs, but for the most part, the main invention was, again, just being able to attach something. And, these originally started handmade. We're still hand making cards.
Oh, yeah.
They're labor of love. Let's just say, punching the holes and everything. But beyond that, so they first came with straws, little clear straws. Because, again, I was in New York. This counter display actually is so funny. This one right here. Was the first thing that I actually sold. Wow. And I'm in New York City, being a designer full time, Well, now this cardboard display is out there, and I had to figure, like, how do I educate people without me being there, how talking about it? Because, you know, it could just get lost in the store. But anyway, so it came with a straw, and now it doesn't come with one anymore. So you can put a joint in there, boom.
Yeah.
Then the one hitter then came a little bit, maybe like 3 years after the card to be started, to be honest, because I didn't, you know, the point was to attach joints and, you know, because, yeah.
And really I mean, it's something that is very stigma smashing, because it's a celebratory thing, a card. And, you know, not everybody, but most people know, you know, if you smoke a joint when you celebrate, you know, it's
of
a
course.
thing.
No.
And so I think it's just so dope to do that. It's like a little sneaky way. I always have to think of sneaky ways because I'm here in Texas, you know.
Right, exactly. Well, that's why these one hitters come into play, because I started to get into the smoke shop market. But they, at the time, weren't selling pre-rolls or CBD or hemp pre-rolls. So I had to really think, like, you know, a good friend actually recommended trying something of this kind of like shape, and we've expanded on it. But the one hitter is great because everybody knows the one hitter, and if you don't, it's a great way to just, you know, I say it's a novelty pipe, it's a birthday gift, it's the pipe that you throw in your car or whatever, you know, on the go. So this came in about 3 years after, and by far is our top seller now. So you can mail this one anywhere. And the one hitters are super cute and keepsake item. And I hear so many stories of people who are like, oh, that one hitter. And it just blows my mind every time. So that's kind of like our 2 line of cannabis greeting cards.
I love that.
And then I'm like, how do I not have any naughty cards here?
I mean, I could be your, you know, your Vanna White girl, because I'm going to open this packaging. I almost gave this to my mother-in-law, almost put her birthday gift in it. But not to say it would have been a waste, but it would have been a waste.
Oh no!
You know, she would have laughed and put it aside, and then thought I was like
no,
a weirdo.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Whereas, like, this is a party starter.
It's so special. It's really like, think about, like, this gift takes thought. Like, of course, you can give it to anyone, but especially if you're attaching your own joint, that is just
my God.
Love.
Or putting like putting a bong in here.
Oh yeah,
I would love this, or whatever, like whatever your weed gift is. So there's a store in Austin called Mary J.
Oh, love her. Already in there. Love it.
I know you are, girl. I know you are. Oh. And we all have the same reaction too. When the minute I saw that card, she was like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God, because I knew you were just, I guess, through social media or whatever. And it was just, you know, when are you coming to Texas?
Yeah, day one supporter for sure, Mary.
Yeah.
She's kind of really one of my first really like shops in Texas, I would say. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to come back out for South by Southwest. I think that I was just there not for the event. So I was there for a smoke shop trade show. So it actually just worked out great. It was perfect.
So wait, there was a smoke shop trade show the same weekend as South by? I mean, I guess that's what they do in Austin.
I mean, I didn't even think
it's good.
Yeah, it was great. Believe me, I was there. But so that bag, I love that bag. It's called the polka pot because it's like a polka dot, but it's a pot leaf. So that's really, you know, a friend of mine, we were kind of just going through her gift wrap collection, just, you know, high as shit, just shooting it. And that just, you know, came up with the polka pot, and took it to the National Stationery Show in New York City at the Javits Center, and it won Best New Product. I know. So you have an award-winning bag right now. So that bag is actually like, yes. So I definitely think the branding and the marketing, it all played into the award, but by far that was kind of like a full circle moment because, you know, I was, like I said, walking that show, looking for inspiration. And then I was at that show. So constantly, like you said, women from New York always have something going on. Like my previous career has shaped and molded me. And I came into this, like I said, I know what to do. You want to make a product, let's make it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you do it, you know, you freaking back that shit up, which is so hard, you know. I mean, that's another thing. It's like, okay, I found my niche. I'm doing it.
I just love cards. Like, I feel like I'm a Kushkard. Like, I just like love all things stationery. It's always been me. I was like the one in college to make the branded shirt for the project. And, I was just that one, and everybody knew it too. And my teachers and mentors are still rooting me on. And it was fun to it's grown so much past me now.
Branding.
Very humble, very grateful. At the end of the day, I'm just selling cards if we, think about it, just cards. So, but I've gotten smoke shop owners to be like, all right, yeah, I'll carry cards in my smoke shop, which is very hard to get into. Dispensaries too, who just want to sell weed. And that was one of my main struggles when I first started was, getting dispensary owners to be like the lifestyle section that you do see in some of them places today, but there's been some breakthroughs. So
yeah, I think that's a big problem. It's all in the pursuit of, expanding profit margins, because, if there's a card on my shelf, there's not weed on my shelf, and it's just so one-sided as a consumer, because that is my part in this whole industry. I love it. I'm a storyteller and a consumer and an advocate. And when I walk in, it makes me feel comfortable if there are other things that I can do an impulse purchase on. You know what I mean? I need stuff around. I need it to feel like a normal store.
Oh, yeah. No, my biggest thing is you never see it really, right? You never really see it on stores. Even that gift bag, anybody can make that gift bag. It is the most simple gift bag. But I decided to go for it, to make it very kind of again, making it look like a polka dot from far away. But if you get in closer, you realize it's pot leaf. So it's very classy at the same time. But having an option for people to buy a gift for a like-minded friend, for a 20-friendly friend, is really kind of turning into my mission. This wrapping paper is I've got, I kind of knew it was going to be a great idea once, I don't know. I was just the people like the cards, wrapping paper, wrap it up. And it's just, again, people are I've been always want to play with option,
Yes.
I always kind of say it's when there's no Hanukkah section in the store. It's what do you mean there's no Hanukkah section? It's still it's still a holiday. But every time people see things that are Hanukkah or related to it, they get so excited. I kind of want to be the next to the Hanukkah.
Yes. Oh my God. I love it. You got super Christian.
I'm even Jewish. I know. I
just got Hanukkah and
happen to have these cards. But again,
I want a Festivus card. Can you make a Festivus card? Festivus Kushkard?
What's that?
It's a reference to Seinfeld.
Oh,
and they had a Festivus for the rest of us.
Waiver.
Yeah, man, it's a real deep cut. Listen, I'm 43, so that's kind of Seinfeld is constantly running through my head. But yeah, they had this just Festivus for the rest of us, and it didn't fucking matter. That. And yeah, they had a airing of grievances as one of the traditions, and instead of a tree, they had. Oh my God, this is going to kill me, but I can see a joint. I can see a KushKards playing on it. You're just inspiring to me, darling. Okay. So before I let you go, because I know you're super busy and I'm going to have you back. I have to ask you my 3 questions, the same 3 questions that I ask all of my guests. So don't be scared.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just because I'm nosy and I really do want to know. Question number 1, Lauren, tell me, who is in your dream smoke circle? 3 people, dead or alive. Oh, wait.
Anyone?
I'm sorry?
Anyone. I know this
Cartoons is also.
I'm about to say 3 random names. Okay, so the first one would be Tim Gunn. He's not a smoker. I don't even know, but he is on Project Runway.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I could see him holding
the smoking and talking about fashion, because that show really inspires me while I'm out in Denver. Because I make cards or orders at night, and I'm like, you go, girl, you made that dress in 1 hour, good for you. So that's one. Number 2 would be a character from a show on Netflix called New Girl. And the main character, her name is Jess, and my favorite episode is Hi Jess. I just feel like she and that show also gets me through some long orders. So sometimes I realize what it would be like to smoke with her. And then I'm gonna say 4, just kidding. The third one is Alana from Broad City.
Yes.
So if you could see, all these kind of characters are like super funny, and I just feel like I have a great conversation with, and of course Snoop Dogg, you already know.
Yeah. I mean, he's always there. I feel like he blesses the feminized smoke sessions.
He's definitely, he can come with me with Tim Gunn, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for real.
He come with me.
Yeah.
But I feel like those answers were fun because they're kind of different, and another way to just consume and educate people in different industries about weed. And that's what I love doing.
Yeah. Breaking that, like, no, it could be anyone in your smoke circle, even if you don't think they smoke or whatever. It's a fun fantasy. I don't know. I love it. We are working on, in the virtual studio, a smoke circle wall of fame. When we hit our 100th episode, we will launch that. So you're going to see Tim Gunn.
Yeah.
That's
fantastic.
You're going to see Tim Gunn for sure. Okay. So the second question is Feminized podcast. All right. It's about just me getting to have these amazing open conversations with women who inspire me in the cannabis industry. So I'm curious, who is inspiring you right now, and who should come on?
Okay. So again, I'm such a product person. I love products. It's just what I'm here to do is make them. Yes. So there's a woman-owned company actually out of New York City called Cannabis-themed. I don't know if you know, but you're about to know. She makes beautiful, fashion-forward yet functional pieces like bongs, and honestly, it's just, she made a witch hat bong that I used to promote in videos. She's really, I feel like she's doing like kind of like the same mission, providing fun, fashion-forward items for stoners to have the option to choose from. You don't have to get the white bong or the clear bong. You know what I mean? Now you can get a witch.
I need to tap into this because I use the same bong every day, which is fine. I'm in Texas, but it's just like, I need to change it up. I really do.
Her name is Amanda. Okay. Her name is Amanda, and she doesn't. I feel like she can. I think she should come on here and kind of describe what she does.
Yeah, done. I am going to send her an Instagram message. Yes. Okay. So, third question is, tell me what advice you would give to 13-year-old Lauren.
Oh, 13-year-old Lauren.
The badass.
Don't do the most so quickly. I think that's kind of shaped who I am. But again, remember the getting caught up. Like, like stay in the moment. Like, again, like, take your time, like trust your journey. Like, I know 13 is kind of young, but I can only imagine me at 13 doing everything.
Oh yeah.
So just keep it chill. Don't do the most.
Well, I'm so glad you did the most, and you had a journey, because here we are, and you do bring so many people so much happiness and laughs, and just imagine how your cards have been used and what's been written in them. What apologies have been written in those cards,
I don't even know. Honestly, sometimes people send me messages and I'm like, that is the sweetest thing ever, so love my customers, doing a big promotional push for the holidays. So really trying to give back, and we do buy one, get one free all month long, because that's how I'm feeling.
Yes, I love it.
I want to give one to someone else, so.
That is awesome. So it's KushKards.com.
Yep, KushKards with the K.com. Yep, you can find me on my website, and you can on Instagram as well. And my new favorite app is Pinterest. Always love Pinterest, but I'm really getting into it. So check us out there. They have some different content, but more like cell phone wallpaper backgrounds and fun graphics and stuff like that. And also on LinkedIn, my personal LinkedIn, and that's just at Lauren Miele.
I love that you're on Pinterest. I was scrolling Pinterest last night for the first time in a long time. I'm like, this is pretty This is pretty soothing for my brain.
To be honest, I don't scroll on Instagram at night anymore. I scroll on Pinterest because I just like thinking of things, or honestly, it's the DIY or the wrapping paper tutorials that got me. But I do think it's a nice way to stay, creative, and I just really own it and enjoy the art.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's what it's about, and sharing it with others.
If you'd like more, subscribe to the Feminized podcast on YouTube. Follow at Feminized with Liz Grow on Instagram. Special thanks to our sponsors Moose Labs and Richard's Rainwater. Feminized podcast is a Grow House Media production, created by Liz Grow, produced by Patrick Pope and Tanis Ray, with original theme music and audio mixing by Q at Q to King Productions in New Braunfels, Texas.